Welcome to episode 2 of the Unfake It Till You Make It podcast. I'm your host, Tony Soriano, and I had a lot of fun with this episode, so here we go.
This podcast will talk you through the ups and downs in the entertainment industry.
Each and every one of you has a talent, but it's a tough business. People gonna tell you did a real job.
By introducing you to sustainable, moldable methods in a crazy, cutthroat world.
Let us harness our willpower and take real action.
Don't let it get you down.
Join me, brothers and sisters, on a journey through trials and tribulations.
Unfake it till you make it.
In this episode, I interview a working actor and entrepreneur in Los Angeles who has created over 170 vlogs involving kooky, crazy, funny, absurd skits filmed in locations throughout California. He is also one of the top cyclists in Los Angeles, and we get into a little bit about how that plays a meditational role in his life. We also talk about acting in the film industry, the benefits of suffering, and how labeling oneself as this quote or that quote can be damaging. We have some laughs, he makes fun of me, and I hope you enjoy my conversation with one of my best friends, Mr. Citizen Shane. Well, Shane, hi.
Hey. Hey, pal.
What's up? We are
Not
here.
much. Just had a fun night celebrating your birthday. Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. It looks like you're a little boisterous this evening. I know, it's my birthday, and I had a good day.
You don't sound very happy about that.
Well, I'm trying to figure out how we do this. We are in my atelier, creative workspace, and Shane is lounging out very comfortably across a lounge bed thing I have
rode
here.
40 miles today. 3 hours.
Of doing what, for those of
Cycling.
Cycling.
Burned 1,800 kilojoules.
Damn. Now, what does that mean?
Kilojoules is the most accurate representation of a calorie.
Damn. So if it's 1,800 kilojoules,
That would probably be like 25 to 28 on like one of the bikes at the YMCA. Like,
of calories?
yeah.
Damn. Yeah, okay, so Shane Andrew Edley. I always feel like
That's my name. Don't wear it out.
I always feel like I'm going to mess your last name up because I used to make fun of it for so much. So,
Really?
Yeah, I used to be like Edel. I used to just call you Shane Edel.
I actually don't ever recall that.
Oh.
Ever.
Well, maybe I secretly wrote it in my journal. Moving on. So Shane is an actor, the good kind of vlogger. He is an entrepreneur and author.
I am an author.
You are.
I forgot. I wrote a book on how to become an actor.
Exactly.
I forgot about it back then, and I forgot about it now.
Yes.
And I actually I identify with each of those.
You did the thing. You left your hometown and you went to LA to become an actor.
It wasn't my hometown, but keep going. It wasn't.
Oh, yeah. You moved around a lot as a kid. That explains your
Am I not supposed to talk during this part?
odd behavior. No, it's fine. Whatever you feel like.
Okay. No, not my hometown, but continue.
I didn't say Indiana.
I went to high school and college in Indiana, and then have no family there, no ties. My parents hated it. I hated it. And then I was like, where do I have family? St. Louis and California. Might as well come to California. Came out California way. 2009.
2009. So you did that, and from what I gathered, you booked your first 2 auditions that paid you pretty handsomely.
Yeah, there was like $5,000 combined.
Wow, that's pretty good. I mean, for the first 2 auditions.
Yep.
And you pushed, and you started to make a living as an actor, and even wrote a book that you just mentioned.
Yep.
Called "How to Become an Actor in Hollywood with 7 Steps."
I don't think there's the 7 steps, is there?
Well, you wrote the book. I
don't
read the
remember.
introduction and a little more.
With all the grammatical errors.
Yeah, but hey,
Derek
nonetheless,
was supposed to
you
proofread.
totally did it, and you had some good points in there, from what I gathered.
Yeah.
Let's see. I have a little note here. I love how you have all. Oh no, that's a side joke. I'll have to say after after the podcast. Remind me. That'd be funny.
I will.
Okay. So you are in the entertainment industry.
as in front of the camera, but also you've been getting into behind the camera, and you started your vlog, and you have literally now you have 170 videos on YouTube in total.
Including Shanu, yeah.
Yeah, well, you have 2 channels.
Yeah.
And that's really amazing, by the way.
Thanks.
Like, literally, I'm kind of jumping around here, but so I went to the Philippines for a year almost, and Shane joined me for a little bit, and he did some of his own travels. And when I got back, he just had all this content on YouTube and this new fun fire in his eyes about filmmaking from behind it. You know, he's always had it in front of it.
You got to go into a little more detail than that.
Yeah.
Can I?
Yeah.
Elaborate?
Oh, of course.
Tony and I decided last year, in 2016, right?
Yeah.
That it's time to travel the world. Simple as that. So he bought a ticket to the Philippines, and so did I. Or no, I didn't. I just bought a ticket to Paris. I traveled through Europe, and then when he got there, I bought a ticket in Europe. We rendezvoused in the Philippines. We rode motorcycles through the hills.
And it was a really eye-opener, right, with the third world country.
It was a complete eye-opening, life-changing, making you thankful for what you have experience, because you just don't know how good we have it here in the United States. And we spent 12 days. I was there 12 days, right, or 10 days.
I think
you always say like I was there like 4 days or something.
It felt like
I was there at least 10 days.
What do you think about travel? I mean, what is travel to you?
Travel is life. Aside eating, getting a good workout, and traveling, that's life. There's nothing else I'd want to do in filmmaking. That's life.
Very cool. Yeah, I know. I believe to my heart, the deepest part, that traveling is the best investment.
But I was explaining our journey in the Philippines for a reason. I can't remember. I elaborated on that because you were saying something.
Oh, well, when I came back, you had all this video content.
Yeah, so after I left the Philippines, I was in Thailand, and I was sitting at this Americanized outdoor kind of like shopping, eating area, and I started to think about Shanu, Jay Shanu, the character that I play. And that's when I was like, you know what? When I get back, I have to do this. And of course, all the ideas I had none of them turned out the way I imagined them to, which sucked. But
hey, you found
I did
a different
40 something Shanu videos, and then I was like, the face I do, it's a specific face. It's just I can't hold it for more than like 60 seconds.
For those of you that can't, well, no one can see us here, but if you imagine like his lips become very tight. Wait, I can kind of do it sometimes.
Think of like a duck's bill.
Yeah, a duck's bill, like and his
pointed.
But he's like, it's almost like he's super happy, but he's also trying. I don't know. It's hard.
You can do this. Go to @J_Shanu_. It's SHANU J_SHANU.
Amazing character.
_.
Yeah,
and you'll see.
You should definitely do that. And Can you give us a Jay Shanu some kind of phrase?
Hey, what's good, man? How y'all doing, man? Hey, what's good, Tony? I heard your birthday, boy. You get that thing you wanted? We finna go to the club. We finna call them hoes through, you know what I'm saying, man? We'll come through about 4 or 5 days, man. Ain't no sound, no motherfucking cigarette up in this bitch, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, what I was saying
that is so pure and it's so convincing.
You know what? Some girl that I used to date told me, she said, that sounds stupid. It doesn't sound good at all. I don't even know what that is. And her name starts with a J and ends with an N, and I'll leave it at that. And her first name's Jordan.
No, I think that you've developed that character, and it's really strong. And I'm sure he will keep gaining.
Yeah, I have 3,000 followers now.
Yeah, that's right. That's a big deal. That's the beginning steps, man.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I don't
okay,
wanna take over there.
No, that's fine. This is good stuff. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna jump back.
All right.
You are a pro cyclist, basically.
Uh,
I call you a pro cyclist when I talk about you.
Pretty much.
He basically gets his daily 40 to 60 miles in, no problem, every day.
5 days a week.
Yeah, but basically that's every day. So why do you ride for this extended times of periods of times? And does it help with like zooming out of the entertainment industry, and how?
I ride mainly because I was a little overweight in high school, and I'm slightly obsessed with staying fit and thin. I also ride so I can eat whatever I want, because Tony knows that Shaney boy likes a Whole Foods slice of pizza and a little lemon pie afterwards.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
I also ride for my sanity. A big part of cycling is suffering, and that's my way of meditating, because when you're suffering so bad, you can't think of anything else. It literally rids your mind of all thoughts, and that's the purpose of meditation, is to rid your mind of thoughts, which I can't do just regular meditation. I've tried. I just can't seem to make it work. So that's why I cycle. And I mean, honestly, I love the sport, and I've always wanted to ride in the Le Tour de France. So it's just kind of like a way for me to vicariously live that dream, I suppose.
Yeah, well, you definitely are one of the top LA riders from what I've gathered.
As a non-racer, like at all the group rides, I'm the first guy at the top of the hill amongst like there's probably 4 to 6 other dudes that are really strong. Mm-hmm. That we're all hammering on each other, and
so
that sounded kind of weird.
Jumping really quick back to when we traveled. So the week, literally the week before. Okay, wait, let me backtrack more. So I had about 6 months of planning this trip, because I knew I was going to do a full year of traveling, and I was always sending Shane stuff, trying to, like, whatever, help him out, or be like, hey, I learned this. And, he would look, but I felt like, okay, maybe he's not, like, looking too hard into all this. So anyway, some of his, when it was the week before he was going to leave, or the day, and I came over to literally live in his house for the last 3 weeks that I was going to be in town, because I was renting and subleasing my 2 apartments that I have. And he has a huge bike inside a bike cover.
It's a bicycle bag.
Yeah.
It's a bag designed to hold an entire bicycle for flying.
And so he has that in one arm, and he's going to the Uber car, and then the other arm he has this big, like, bulky, no wheels road case for, like, that musicians would carry from the 1980s.
It's a metal box. It's literally a metal box with latches, and I thought it looked cool.
Yeah, he's like, and I'm like, dude, this is gonna suck traveling the world. And then he had like a big backpack, I don't know, some other stuff, and he was,
and the Uber came, and I couldn't get the bike bag in the car, and I started freaking out. I'm like, well, I'm not taking it.
You're like, maybe I'll just cancel everything right now. And so he went to Europe, and he dragged all this everywhere. I mean, he had a good time in Europe.
I got to ride in Belgium, or the heart of the spring classics for the world tour.
And I
got to ride in Paris.
This is where I remember I was like, why don't you just rent a bike over there? I mean, I know you want to bring your own, but like, anyway. So then he gets to the Philippines to meet me, which is an insanely different experience than Europe. And he has the whole schlepping, and he can barely fit it in those small, like, taxis. And I just remember getting a message from him. He's like, it said, like, fuck, my phone's gonna die. I don't know how to find a taxi. Fuck. And then it's spelled D-U-K.
That's what happened. That's why I was freaking out, because my phone was about to die.
Yeah,
and there's no charging outlets anywhere.
Yeah.
That's why. And I was like, I'm going back to LA.
You were going to buy a ticket to go back to LA like in 10 minutes, and you didn't have what I told you in the preparation Evernote I sent you with the adapter. So wherever you're at, you can plug in anything. But anyway, I'm just joking around. But
it's true though.
And finally, it was so good to see him. He like came in, and he's just like looking around. What the hell? This is a crazy place. And I've only been there 3 or 4 days, so I'm still in the same mode. And we had a good time.
And then we both got the cough.
Oh yes,
The Talisai cough, or the Talisai fever.
when you travel to sometimes to third world countries, you definitely will have to adapt, and you adapt by getting sometimes coughing or sick for a week or whatever it is, and then you're fine.
It's not like sick. It's just like this weird.
Your body's like, what's going on?
Yeah, your body's just adjusting and like removing fluids or relocating them in your body, and it's really strange. But we both got the cough.
Yeah,
Talisai fever.
It was so funny and sad. But so I had a date with the most beautiful girl, Karen Alliser, and
oh boy.
I knew I was like, damn it, I still have this cough, and it sounds so stupid. It sounds kind of like this, like. Yeah, so...
But then it'd be like...
Yeah, then you have to do a hard one.
Yeah.
So you're always trying to, like, keep it in. You know that cough, like... And so I was so embarrassed. I don't know why, but I was embarrassed. And she was like, it's fine, like, I understand. And we had a great
date go, Tony?
It was amazing, yeah.
Did you cough in her face?
I met the love of my life. Right now we're going great, and we're happy with each other. And
Are you going steady, Tony?
I would say we are. Stain. Yeah. So then there's that. But moving forward with some more stuff
move
about.
Forward.
I wanted to ask you. Listen.
Let's go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll probably cut all that out because I sounded like a diak.
No, leave it. It's your personality.
Oh, I'm a dick. Okay, here we go. So I wanted to ask you, in the entertainment industry. I don't know if this ever happened to you, but have you, and let me finish the question before you answer, have you ever had, like, extreme lows? And what were they, and how do you or did you get through them and stay motivated to simply continue on the journey to thrive and push?
I think everybody just in life has lows no matter what it is. But yeah, of course, I've had super low lows. What helped me push through it is my love for making freaking videos, dude. I just love it. When I was a kid, my mom and I did things called Shane shows. She had a camcorder that you would put on your shoulder and look through a viewfinder. It was huge and it held VHS tapes. We did Shane shows.
You got to get me those.
Wow. I'll send her a WhatsApp after this and ask her if she still has all those. I'm sure they do.
I would love to see those, man.
Oh my gosh, I would too, actually.
I have some old footage too. I think we should make like a day or a week or whatever, and we gather all our parents' footage.
I'm down.
We get it on hard drives to back it up, and we should just have a laugh.
That's a good idea.
It's just hilarious. Shane shows.
The Shane shows. But yeah, I would do Shane shows with my mom. And
so do you think that your mom was an influence of, or she was supporting you?
Did you want me to finish my answer?
Oh, sure. Yeah, go.
So, my love for making videos pushed me through the lows. But what really has leveled everything out and what makes me put no kind of pressure on myself, being an actor and filmmaker or whatever, is the fact, and this may be morbid, the fact that we're going to die. You know what? Who cares if I don't ever make $1 or make it, become famous? Who cares? I'm enjoying what I'm doing. I like making videos. Simple as that. And that's how I've been able to continue. And to be honest with you, I really don't have sometimes I'll be like, man, I'm not that creative. I don't have any good ideas, whatever. But then the next day I'm like, just sit down, write something. Or if I don't feel like writing in a couple days, I'll see something or hear something that'll inspire me. I'll hear a song and I'll have an idea. Simple as that.
So it sounds like you've become aware that if you're having a low day or time, you know that like it's going to stop raining the next day. You know? Something like that. And
even if it doesn't, that's
the
whole
rain
point.
could be refreshing.
Yeah,
somehow.
Even if it doesn't, I'm going to die, so who cares? I don't put any pressure on myself because there's no freaking point to.
Yeah, that's a great way to frame it. And I think it's all about framing everything that bad happens or suffrage you have, like you can frame it to work for you.
Totally, man.
So I'm happy to hear that.
And the daily stoic stuff you send me in email, I mean, that I think of stoicism, and that helps too, honestly.
Yeah, I love that. dailystoic.com, guys, you should check that out.
It's amazing.
I'm not an affiliate, but I love their writing, and I think I forgot his last name, but Ryan, he has just a great stuff on that website.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
What do you do the most in the entertainment industry that gives you the most desired results? And that could be something you do to prepare for auditions, or something you do that allows you to push to get all these videos up or push further.
What do I do the most that helps me get the desired results?
Yeah, the most. Like your 20% that gives you the 80% of your desired results.
You know, as of lately, what gives me the most of my desired results is writing. And I've never been really a big writer, but
It's great.
I really enjoy it lately because I started to watch a lot of sketch shows, and I always thought, like, no, I can't write anything. No, because it has to make sense and has to have a point. There has to be a climax and a resolution.
So structured.
Yeah, I used to think it had to be this whole structured thing, and then you watch some of these people, you know, who have sketch shows, and there's absolutely no point in any of it. And
It's just they're so in the moment, and there's obviously funny things interspliced, but maybe sometimes there's not not such a structure to it.
Totally.
It's a different way. There's so many different ways to be creative in that area.
Yeah. So yeah, writing as of lately. Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that, because I think it's great to try stuff that you don't think is your strongest point, because no matter what, that will help you figure things out.
Totally. Yeah. Just like Soren Kierkegaard, the philosopher, says that when you have anxiety, most people try to suppress it. But when you do have anxiety, try to figure out what is giving you the anxiety and conquer it, not suppress.
Yeah.
You know?
That's very wise.
Yeah.
There's a great martial arts saying, see if I can remember it, but it's something about conquering. One horse warrior conquers 1,000. And that's the reminder to gain control, but also to overcome mental and emotional turbulence, and to gain a sort of affection from those who may support you and stand for you and your cause, and also towards what it is you're looking to conquer. What type of person is a good fit in the entertainment industry, and who is not?
Well, I just saw a quote the other day by Marilyn Monroe, who said, along the lines of this, I don't remember exactly, "I was such a bad third-rate actress. I knew I was worth a can of crap," or something like that. She said, "But you know what? I wanted to learn, and I was willing to be coachable. And all I wanted to do is get better and better." So, what kind of person is a good fit? I mean, there's so many facets of the film industry, because I don't think introverts would be good actors. I just don't know how you could be a true introvert and be a good actor. You know, because they're so to themselves and they bundle up everything inside. But a true introvert could be a great video editor, or could be a great focus puller, you know?
Yeah, that's very true.
Or a second AD, the guy who sets up the camera, whatever, you know, or a second AC. So to be an actor, I don't see how you could be an actor if you're not an extrovert to an extent.
Or willing to push into that pathway you want with everything you have.
Yeah, but I
mean, I know some people, they say they're naturally an extrovert or they're naturally an introvert. That's a huge topic, but it seems like I think humans are extroverted, but just to different degrees, and it all depends on your situation. I don't know, but I like what Marilyn Monroe said. I'm willing to really learn and push, and it excites me.
Yeah.
So I think if you have that personality and the true interest and the curiosity, that you could be fit for the entertainment industry, whether that is in front of the camera, behind the camera, or a magician, or someone that does cool lighting for big stage shows. You know, that's all entertainment.
Or set designer, or line producer. I mean, there's so many. There's a job in the entertainment industry for every type of person.
Yeah.
Leaders, followers, introverts, extroverts, people with body odor, people who smell good, people who look good like myself, people who are ugly like Tony.
What were a couple of your biggest mistakes that listeners may want to avoid in the industry? And particularly, I mean, it could be any part of the entertainment industry, but maybe something that you can relate with.
The only mistake I ever made...
Only one, huh?
No, literally. Because every mistake is a learning experience. The only thing that I really regret, and a huge mistake, was I gave up for a little while. I was like, no, this isn't me. And that was back when I was kind of in the mode of, well, I got to identify with something, and I'm just not identifying with acting, which that sounds really freaking weird, I know, but the biggest mistake was thinking that I couldn't do one thing and also be an actor. I thought, like, nope, if I'm an actor, that's all I got to do. I can't do anything else. I can't cycle. I can't skateboard. I can't do this.
Can't enjoy other things.
I have to be an actor, and that's it. Yep, no, can't do anything else. And that's kind of why I stopped. It's because I was doing other things. I thought, well, if I'm doing these other things, that's who I am. Which is so stupid. So that is the mistake. You can be, I mean, I was never this, but you could be a corporate guy and still be an actor. Just find a job where they can let you go to auditions and stuff. You know, you don't have to be a certain thing. The only thing acting requires is perseverance, sticking with it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, sticking around LA long enough for people to actually know you. Everybody I talked to who made it, quote unquote, has kicked around this town for 20, 25 years before they really, quote unquote, made it. And it's funny, I meet all these people at Groundlings who they're like, yeah, bro.
What's Groundlings for the listeners that don't know?
The Groundlings is a I don't say this to sound arrogant, but probably the best improv school in the United States. Saturday Night Live picks cast members from the Groundlings, and it's just a very highly regarded school. And I studied there. But I meet a lot of people at the Groundlings who are like, yeah, like I just moved out here, and just by the way they talk, they think like, yeah, hopefully in the next year I'll be on a show or something.
Yeah.
I'm just like, bro, it does not, literally, people think that. I'm like, that's not how it works, unfortunately, unless mommy or daddy are somehow seriously connected or have a ton of money,
Yeah. and connections don't always get you there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot about that,
it's
right?
true.
So what would you say people should avoid in the industry? Like a couple things.
Avoid listening to anybody who isn't trying to make you better by teaching you something. Listen to your acting teachers and people you can learn from, but don't listen to any freaking buddy saying, well, you can't do this, you can't do that, because it doesn't matter what people think. There's how many now? 8 billion people in the world. And everybody has access to Instagram and YouTube. There's people that follow me on Instagram who are like in Syria, like bombs blowing up, and they're like dancing to Electric Daisy Carnival type music. And there's like people with AK-47. People in Africa are sending me messages on Instagram. It's crazy. Everybody has it. So don't listen to anybody because you can access 7 billion people now.
Yeah.
And somebody will like you out there.
Yeah, you don't have to please everyone. Just a small group. It works. Small group.
1,000 real fans.
1,000 true fans.
1,000 true fans. Fuck the rest.
So, I thought that was a book when it was recommended to read, but it's an article.
Oh.
So I haven't actually read the article yet, but I have it saved from earlier today. Maybe it's short enough we can check it out.
Yeah.
But it's a great article by Kevin Kelly. Tim Ferriss mentioned that. So
Kevin Kelly. I went to acting school with a guy named Kevin
really?
Kelly. Yeah.
Kevin Kelly, not the one that wrote this article, but Kevin Kelly was my not only my mentor, but he taught a film class in my high school, and I was in it for 2 years. And he was a producer that worked with Disney, and he directed some films that I actually saw when I was growing up. And it was it was a great experience. I remember when I first.
How do you go from directing?
Well, he went from directing and producing stuff with like Disney, and he wanted to kind of give back, contribute, and teach. He definitely got me on the right track, and I think I should visit him sometime soon, and let him know what's up.
Yeah, man.
So we're kind of wrapping up on time here because I have to fly to New York tomorrow.
That's it?
Well, there's a couple more things I was going to ask you. I just wanted to wrap it up.
I must be boring.
No, you've been doing great.
No, it's okay, Tony. I'm boring.
But
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to New York tomorrow, 9 a.m., because I have been invited to a Martin Scorsese wrap party for the movie called The Irishman, which I had I day played, which means I had an acting part with a couple lines. It was a big moment for me, and I was in that this last September. The movie's coming out in November. It's called The Irishman, and it's starring Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino. So, super excited to go to that wrap party. Why don't you tell people, if you'd like, where these lovely listeners can reach out to you or see your content or whatever?
Holla at your boy at that Citizen Shane on YouTube. There's two other Citizen Shanes, which I don't know why YouTube allowed that, but I am the top one because I have by far the most videos. But Citizen Shane, play off of Citizen Kane, the old Orson Welles movie.
Is that the main? So YouTube is the best place to reach out to you, comment, check out your videos.
And you can check me out at Jay Shanu on Instagram, at J, just the letter J _ SHANU _.
All right,
it's a character good. I play that everybody thinks is real.
I disagree. I feel like he is Jay Shanu, but he plays this character Shane Edley. That's my impression.
You might be right.
Which is great. I have a couple last final questions for you. If the listeners could take away one thing from this episode, or specifically one step that they can take action on now, what would it be to help them continue the path from surviving to thriving in the entertainment industry?
Simple. Just keep doing something daily. That's all you have to do. But I have a personality that's jump in, think of the consequences later. That's my personality. But if you don't start doing something, that's going to lead to depression. That's going to lead to despair. Because you'll never know. If you don't conquer that anxiety, what I was talking about earlier with Soren Kierkegaard, if you don't conquer the anxiety by doing something you know you should be doing or doing something that you want to do, that ultimately will lead to despair. Because you'll be left wondering, man, what could have happened? You know? And who cares if it doesn't work out? The Jay Shanu YouTube didn't work out, but I found a different avenue, you know?
Yeah, it led you to making different videos that you're even more passionate about.
Yeah, but then I realized that Jay Shanu is much better suited for Instagram than YouTube, you know? And that has proved to be the case, you know? So you will, if you're doing something a little bit every day, I promise there's something in the universe that will help you figure it out. you'll find the answers. It may take a while. And I know this sounds so cliche, but it's so true. If you put in work, things will happen. Things will be revealed to you to show you, okay, this is what I need to do.
Damn, that's some excellent thoughts.
Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah. Do one thing today that can make you feel good and get you one step closer to where you want to go.
Yeah.
And you always can do one thing a day. There's always something.
There's always something.
You can get creative, and there's so much information out there. And get going.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Shane Edley.
I thought you said you had a couple more questions.
Let me. Let's look into it. Let's look. That's funny. What if we never put down the mic? Okay. Whether you're joining or you're continuing in the entertainment industry, how do you unfake it till you make it? And what I mean by that is, how do you stay real when you're networking with new people and working with different crews and different actors? How do you stay real in an industry that often has fake smiles?
How do I stay real? I stay real by reminding myself how not far the people who fake themselves will go. Because if you can't be yourself, you will not go anywhere. There's just no way. The best thing you can do for being an actor is to be yourself. If you're faking it and you're not being yourself, I guarantee you will not do anything. You have to be bold enough to really show who you are, stand up for what you believe in, and have the courage to say what's on your mind, which is kind of standing up for what you believe in. But for example, this is a bad example. If people are at a party doing coke and you don't want to do coke, but you do it anyway so you can fit in, you're a loser.
Yeah.
Straight up.
You're the completely opposite of what you're trying to do is be cool. You're completely turning away from what you feel.
You're turning away from who you are, and that will get you nowhere. That will turn you into a sheep. You'll end up following the crowd, and 10 years will go by, and you'll be like, who am I? And then you're you've had a sex change, and you've had a dolphin plasty. That's a reference from South Park.
That's a great episode.
And you'll be dressing up like a woman or whatever. And not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah, but I like that. Be yourself to the max.
Exactly. Be yourself to the max.
And it's a practice. You have to put yourself out there and be okay with being embarrassed, and then laugh at yourself, and just remember, like, whatever you feel you want to do, as long as it's not hurting anyone, just go and do it.
Yeah. So that's what I would say.
Do you want to bump those lines now or after we wrap?
Will we be friends? Will I get a role in the new movie?
Yeah, if you provide the coke, I will get you onto that next movie.
Yeah. Yes. Let's. Kind of wanted to go to bed tonight, but yeah. Let's do them now.
Totally.
Wow,
that was not funny like I thought it was. I really was hoping I would make you laugh, but when I don't make you laugh, I know it's not funny.
No, that's funny.
Okay.
That's funny. I was playing along with it.
You're playing along that it wasn't really funny, as if it wasn't funny, but
No,
it was funny.
It was pretty funny. I was just playing along with it.
I loved talking with you and hanging out. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
No, literally, this made my birthday, and I enjoyed our night talk.
Right.
And
what if I couldn't accept it? Like, you kept complimenting me. I was just like, no.
But thank you so much, and I want to thank you one more time. That's our audience.
Yeah. You're welcome.
All right, we are signing off.
Good night.
Good night.
Happy birthday, Tony.
Thank you.
There you have it. Did you consider? Did you find something on the wing? Did you laugh? If you enjoyed this episode, please let me know. I would freaking love to hear from you. Leave a review or a comment on iTunes or wherever you are listening from, because I really want to know your thoughts and your feedback. Plus, it will tickle my fancy, and boy, do I like my fancy tickled. Also, you can follow me on Instagram or Twitter at Let's Unfake It, where I post entertainment industry awareness and awesomeness, along with my photography work from around the world. That is a wrap for today. Have an excellent rest of your day.
Thank you for listening to the Unfake It Till You Make It podcast. For detailed sources and show notes for this episode, visit www.unfakeittillyoumakeit.com. Until next time, get up, get going, and get creative.